fashion doll collection when Barbie is boring the pink out of you. Are you thinking about starting a new fashion doll collection? Been eyeing those Barbies, integrity figures, and more? Do you walk through the thrift store toy aisles and see the sad plastic ladies and lads that met their unfortunate fates at the hands of a child who loved those little people into looking like electric shock victims? Are you a collector who's currently bored out of your mind with your piles of dolls collecting dust on a shelf or stuffed in a box in a dark corner of your closet? I get it, doll collection fatigue is a thing, and I've been there more than once. Here are some ideas of things any collector can start doing with their dolls today to help you bring some life back into your collection. Display them. You can always redress or keep your dolls new in box. I mean, no duh, but you can make your same old display stand out by trying this. Find an aesthetic that works for you and display your collection accordingly. Pro tip: create separate sections in your space to display dolls of similar themes or set up diorama scenes to depict interesting scenarios. Give yourself restrictions on how to showcase your dolls, like following a color scheme, fashion styles, or a pattern like separating the girls from the boys or only displaying children in one section, things like that. When you give yourself restrictions, it's like a challenge to give yourself new, fun ways to display your dolls that you probably normally wouldn't try to do. And just coming up with different theme ideas itself is really fun. Learn how to customize your dolls. Restyling by changing the fashions or rerouting the doll's hair can make a generic factory doll appear to have their own character and personality. So bring your collection to life by expressing your creativity through your dolls. Something I love to do with my dolls is to remove all of the factory clothing that the dolls come in and to try to find something different to put on my doll immediately after unboxing them. This is a way for me to make my doll feel more personalized and not like just a plastic clone of every other Barbie doll that came looking exactly like this one. So don't be afraid to take the clothes off and try out different things. Change the aesthetic of your doll completely. If she came looking like a princess, then make her look like a rocker chick. If she came looking like a conservative office secretary, make her look like a party girl. You can pierce the ears and give them earrings. Change the earrings. Give them sunglasses. Give them eyeglasses. Draw on braces. There's so many different things that you can do to really make your doll's personality show through. Sometimes even just changing the hairstyle of the doll makes a huge difference in bringing out a sense of expression for that character. Create your own hybrid dolls. Don't be afraid to play Dr. Frankenstein with your lovely vinyl population. Sometimes dolls don't come with all of the right parts. You might find yourself thinking, wow, this doll would be perfect if she had more joints, or a different body type, or a completely different face. No worries, you can create your own plastic surgery practice when you piece parts together and make something closer to how you envision that character. Don't worry about lowering their market value. You'd be surprised how much people will pay for the right custom dolls, should you choose to resell them later. But I always advise people not to worry about the value of a doll when you're altering them, because you already paid for that doll and it's yours to do whatever you want to do with. The most important factor is your own enjoyment of your collection. Craft custom furniture. Sometimes you just want certain furniture pieces that might be hard to find or just too costly to justify spending real people money on plastic people. But you can learn to make your own furniture with nothing more than household items. All you need is your imagination and a hot glue gun. If you develop your skills enough, you could have a side hustle selling those items to other collectors who will pay for the convenience and the custom looks. If you need help figuring out where to start with creating custom furniture, then the best place to look for tutorials is right here on YouTube. There are so many creators that have shared their expertise with you guys. They're very simple and easy projects that even children can do. So if you take the first steps to learn how to make basic pieces, then you should be able to make them on your own in no time. Build custom rooms or homes. You can step it up a notch so you can display your dolls in a dynamic custom space made specifically for 12-inch people. You can turn nearly any cardboard box in the right size to a luxurious lair or a realistic cozy corner. The sky's the limit with all the cool tutorials available online to help you get started. And once you get the hang of it, you can test your creativity by creating all sorts of rooms and houses out of cardboard or even used bookshelves. When you display your dolls in these settings, the imaginative space that you create will really make your rooms pop. Make new clothing for them. Can you sew? Try making tiny tank tops and t-shirts for Teresa and friends. If you can't sew, you can always close those seams up with fabric glue. And if you can't be bothered to do even that because you're lazy like me, you can use fabric pens and iron-on printables to customize doll clothing to no end, whether you download images from the internet or put those drawing and graphic design skills to good use. Resell your dolls. When you want to downsize, don't feel stuck with your hoard of dolls. You can sell your dolls online via e-marketplaces like eBay, Etsy, and other shops, or to other collectors on forums like Instagram and Facebook. And no, your dolls do not have to be new in box or in the same condition that you bought them in. That is such an old school, played out myth. It's just not true. You can sell them restyled, customized, or even in parts, nude, clothed, with or without accessory stands or shoes, pretty much in almost any condition. I mean, look at the dolls over at the thrift shop. Even those dolls get sold to people. There's so many artists who need specific parts of your dolls that may choose to buy them to do their own projects with for personal collections or to resell those dolls as well. So just keep that in mind. Not all dolls and parts are worth the same, so do your research to price your collectibles fairly. A little tip that I'll share that works for me when I'm selling dolls, depending on what parts of the dolls I'm selling. For example, on eBay, I'll just look at different listings of people who have similar listings as mine, and then I'll usually price mine somewhere near the average median price that everyone else is selling for, but like $1 cheaper, and I'm usually successful at getting rid of those dolls. So maybe you can try something similar, or instead of listing one thing at a time, you can group them into a lot and just get rid of the whole collection of reject doll parts that you don't want. You'd be surprised how many people will end up buying them. Snap some photos of your dolls. Doll photography is a great way to express yourself artistically and therapeutically. Take photos and post them online to inspire other collectors. You may find your work recognized by so many people, you could become a household name. Sometimes it's a fun way to tell stories and explore topics that might otherwise be difficult to do if you can't draw or use human models to depict what you want. Dolls are great little models, and I promise you'll get tired before they do. Shout out to some of our lovely doll photographers out there that make us all smile with their beautiful pictures that they share with the rest of us. Film them for entertainment. Whether it's a series with tons of drama or full of comedy, your doll show might be the next big hit. If you have a flair for storytelling and you can do a bit of voice acting, bring your ideas to life with short videos for an audience. And no, videos featuring dolls are not only meant for children. There are plenty of shows geared towards a mature audience that you could be the next creator that everybody is raving about. A popular place that you can showcase your doll show is on YouTube or even through the shorts section. The great thing about YouTube is if you generate enough views, you can always monetize your channel and actually make money off of your shows. So your hard work will literally pay off. Ever felt like slapping that dumbfounded look off of Barbie's face? Don't lie, honey. You have. Well, now you can do that with just a stroke of the paintbrush. How? By learning the ultimate skill in doll collecting, the art of repainting doll faces. Some of you are already talented portrait artists. Why waste that talent on something as mundane as paper when you could be giving Barbie a whole new face? Or maybe it's something you never knew you had a knack for. It's never too late to start learning. Experiment with a few cheap reject heads first. Don't worry, as long as you don't steal the paint, you can always erase it and retry as much as you want. Take your time and learn one technique at a time. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's completely up to you. My biggest tip is to get magnifying goggles, which can usually be found on Amazon or other e-marketplaces. Practice makes pretty. Once you develop your own style, you can do simple touch-ups on your dolls, like changing their eye colors, adding freckles, beauty marks, new hairlines, changing their makeup, or their entire identities. You could have your own personal team of custom dollies to display or to gift to friends. And some artists are so talented, they can't keep their work to themselves. Other enthusiasts might discover you are the next doll artiste, whose pieces are must-haves in any serious collection. When artists change the face paint on the doll and give them new ones, we call those face-ups. Let us know in the comment section if you've tried to do this as well. Here's a little bonus one. As insane as this sounds, you can always do what your dolls were made for and just play with them. You don't need anybody else to play with you. That's the beauty of dolls. Let your imagination run wild and act out what's on your mind with your favorite dollies. You don't need anything but time. It'll feel a bit silly at first, especially if you haven't played dolls in a long while or you have no kids around you to play with, but that doesn't mean you have to miss out on the freeing feeling of just saying and doing whatever the hell you want vicariously through your dolls. Maybe you're nervous about a promotion you want at work. Maybe you're working out your acceptance speech for that lottery ticket you're banking on. Maybe you've always envisioned yourself one of those Playboy bunnies or something, and you never mustered up the courage to try pole dancing. Maybe you're not sure how to tell your partner that you're expecting a herpes outbreak. That's what dolls are for. Listen, Joe, that pimple you noticed last week? Yeah, turns out it's the cold sore. The contagious kind, but don't worry, this will be our own little secret, something we can bond over from now on. See, that wasn't so hard. Thanks, Barbie and Ken. So what do you guys think of these 10 things that you can do with your fashion doll collection if you're just starting to get really bored of just staring at your dolls staring back at you in their boxes? Let us all know in the comments section which of these things you have personally done to keep yourself entertained with your dolls, or what you're gonna try to do so that you can find a new sub-hobby within this hobby. In my case, I've actually done all of these things, which is why I know that they are great things to try doing with your dolls. Oh, and drop it in the comment section if there's anything else that people can do with their dolls that you enjoy doing that you want to share with us. I mean, maybe don't mention that you built a Barbie shrine that you pray to and leave offerings at every winter solstice. I'm just saying, feel free to leave it in the comments, okay? Alright, we'll see you guys in the next one. My name's Gypsy. It's time for you to go have a dolly day.